Hello, and welcome back to the weekly session on heartfulness. We're happy to have you in this session. Today, we're going to tackle the topic of sleep. It's something that we all do every single day, but let's get a little deeper into it. Our busy lives have put a strain on sleep, both in terms of the number of hours we sleep and also in terms of the quality of sleep. But sleep is such an important function for us to be able to be healthy and happy. Let's dive into it. And mind, and really it has a holistic effect on us as human beings. From the physiology perspective, it is when we sleep, and particularly when we're in deep sleep, that the state is called rest and digest. That's when our body gets rest. That's when whatever we eat for dinner and so on, right, the food gets digested. That's when, because of our wear and tear on our body, whatever muscles, tissues, we've damaged, it repairs, it regrows. It really, the body repairs itself. You build bones and muscles. Our nervous system gets detoxified. And good sleep, it strengthens immunity. So if you're not getting enough sleep, or you're not getting enough hours of sleep, or you don't sleep well enough, you keep waking up all the time, you're probably missing out and you're really doing damage to your body. Toxins are accumulating in your body, which probably will come out and manifest as some disease later, or your own immune system is getting impaired. Similarly, it also has a significant effect on the mind. Our memory improves, our attention and ability to concentrate and be in a state of focus improves when we sleep well. And our ability to think and solve problems and be creative, our creativity also improves when we sleep well. So, both from a quantity of sleep, number of hours of sleep, and from a quality of sleep, they both matter significantly. Now, let's do a small exercise with our audience. Ask them all to close their eyes and put up their hands if they feel that they are getting enough hours of sleep. While the norm recommended by the medical field is about 8 hours, ask them if they feel they're getting adequate amount of sleep. Okay, they can put down their hands. Now you can ask them if they feel that they're sleeping well enough, and if they're sleeping well enough, they can put up their hand. And again, since they're closing their eyes, they know whether they're putting up their hand or not, but they don't know who else is putting up their hands. So you can ask them to open their eyes and you can share with them what the collective polling looked like. Hey, it appears that 70% of you feel that you're not sleeping well enough, long enough, and 80% of you feel that you're not sleeping well enough. That it doesn't really bode too well for the future, does it? So let's see how we can improve sleep and why, and let's really go one level deeper into sleep. No, sleep is not one single state. It's not a binary state between being waking and going to sleep. Science over the last decades has told us that there are several stages of sleep. The lightest of sleep is what we call stage one. It's also called the REM state, REM standing for rapid eye movement. Several times when you see people sleeping, you can see that their eyes are moving very rapidly. And this is also the state where people typically get dreams. The deeper and deeper you go into sleep, even your mind is switched off and you don't dream. So the stage 1, 2, 3, 4, only the first stage is REM. All the other stages are called NREM, non-REM, non-rapid eye movement. But even there, with science and EEG, it's able to differentiate between stage 2, 3, and 4 as well. And stage 4 is what you call deep sleep. And deep sleep is what is deeply refreshing and rejuvenating for you. And you can see that each sleep cycle, we go through multiple sleep cycles during one night. And you can clearly see that you go through about 4 or 5 cycles of sleep, depending on how long you sleep. And you see that you really hit the deepest sleep, only in the first and second cycles of sleep. And also you notice that each of the cycle kind of grows longer and longer, particularly the REM stage. And your depth of sleep also decreases with time. These are interesting observations because the deeper you sleep, the more effect it has, on rejuvenating your body and mind. So let's take two individuals, right? John and Jack, let's say, right? And both are sleeping for 7 hours. But if one is sleeping deeply and the other one is not sleeping as deeply, it creates a significant difference in terms of how they wake up. If John sleeps well, and let's say he's represented by the red line, you see that they go to sleep faster, they go to deep sleep much quicker, and they continue to be at deeper levels of sleep right through the night. Whereas John, on the other hand, he takes much longer to fall asleep, never really gets to a deep sleep state, and perhaps wakes 2 or 3 times in the night. And he also wakes up too early. And you can be sure that when John gets up, he's going to be a little groggy. He's not going to feel rested, and he's probably going to feel a little tired. But when John wakes up, okay, because he's had very good sleep, the same amount of time, but he's gone to deeper states of sleep, he will wake up fresh and ready for the next day. So, but what really determines, okay, whether we're John or Jack in this case? Let's look at some of the factors that promote sleep quality. And all this is science. Okay, there's a lot of analysis that has been done around this, but many times either we don't know about it or we don't have the discipline to follow it. The first is regularity in timings. There are 2 things to regularity. One is that we should try and sleep at the same time, the same hour, and get up at the same hour. This little discipline goes a long way. And also, sleeping early is important. They say that the most important hours of sleep is before midnight. And I say sleep no later than 10 o'clock and try to wake up by 5 or 6 o'clock. That's okay. So these are a couple of things, right, which really will help improve the quality of sleep. And also it's good to avoid stimulation in the last couple of hours before we go to sleep. So if let's say we're going to bed by 10 o'clock, by 8:39, we should stop factors, that stimulate our attention, like coffee, alcohol, screen time. It's better to wind down before you sleep. You can read a book, listen to music, you can do your cleaning, you can do your meditation, relaxation. These things go a long way to improving the quality of sleep. A small statement here, a little discipline in how well and how deeply you sleep determines your state of mind throughout the day. So with this, let's get to the experience. It would be appropriate to combine this particular session on sleep with cleaning, because cleaning, it has been our experience of several practitioners that when they do cleaning, when they practice cleaning regularly, 20 to 30 minutes, that they are able to, in some sense, erase the emotional baggage. And the effect of them on them is a feeling of lightness. And when they sleep, they're able to sleep much quicker. And the effect of the day, the emotional effect of the day doesn't bother them when they sleep. So let's go through an experience on cleaning, a guided practice of cleaning. Ask them how they feel. And let's close with the takeaways. So ask them to make an effort, and these are micro habits. It only takes 21 days to actually build a habit. Ask them to regulate their sleep cycle, both in terms of sleeping at the same time, waking up at the same time every day, and also seeing if they can keep a cutoff beyond which they will not stay awake. There are exceptions, but then at least by the rule, okay, if 10, 10:30, they're able to go to bed regularly, that then it's by itself will go a long way. Ask them to keep a journal and observe what is the effect of cleaning and relaxation on the quality of sleep. The day they do cleaning, how do they sleep? How much dreams did they get? The days, how many times did they wake up? The days that they don't do cleaning, how many times did they wake up? And so on, right? I think the contrast will make it evident to them on the effect of cleaning and relaxation. The last thing is, recently, a new video has been released on the Heartfulness Institute channel on YouTube, and this is called Guided Sleep Meditation. It's a very simple technique. It's a less than a 2-minute video. The suggestion is for people to actually lie down in bed, relax. Imagine that there is a block of ice about 8 to 10 inches above their head. A huge block of ice. And they're asked to feel that cool waves is cooling the front part of their body, the face, head, and also reaching to the back parts of the head and the cheeks and so on, right? And as it cools down, they will find that they're getting more peaceful, and they should try to sleep with that idea. I would refer you to the video. You can also get that by clicking on the hyperlink on the PowerPoint, and it will launch the video. And it's a guided video again. They can see it once and they can practice it, and ask them to practice it for the next few days and see what effect it has on the quality of sleep. Thank you so much. We will see you again next week. Bye-bye.